If you are a Uber, Lyft, or taxi operator, this video is for you. You are going to get a 1099 case instead of a W-2. So how do you file for it? You file it in Schedule C. So what are the expenses that you should be taking and making sure that you are taking that in order to make sure you are not paying higher taxes, especially since, or for self-employed people, you're paying an additional 15.3% on your net income, which on the W-2s is only was half because other half is paid by the employer. So there's two ways you're accounting for this. One is through mileage. If you are able to take the mileage, or if you are taking the mileage, is 70 cents per mile versus actual expenses. So who would take mileage? If you are driving a lot, if you are in upstate, if you're in Buffalo, if you're in Texas, where you're driving a lot, but then your revenue is less, you should be taking mileage because it's going to give you a lot more benefit. Because you don't, also the audit risk is a little bit lower because you don't have to show them your gas receipts, your other maintenance expenses, repair expenses, and so on. But if you take an actual one, for example, if you're living in New York City, you should be doing actual because New York City, 3 miles could be $30, and then the time-wise maybe half an hour, right? So New York City, usually we see that it's more beneficial to take actual expenses. So what are the expenses you cannot take if you're taking mileage? If you're taking mileage, you should not be taking any expenses that is related to the car, such as repair, maintenance, car wash, and so on. However, you can still take expenses such as Uber, Lyft commissions, you have tolls, parking fees, legal expenses, and so on and so forth. You should be able to take that fully. Now, if you're doing the actual expenses, you should be taking all the expenses. And the biggest one is depreciation. If you buy a new car, you are able to take bonus depreciation. Otherwise, if it doesn't benefit you as much, you should be taking straight line depreciation, which is for 5 years. IRS allows you to expense as depreciation for 5 years for these vehicles. One thing that a lot of people make a mistake is that they take meals as an expense. For limo operators, you cannot take meals as an expense. Our IRS does not allow it. A lot of people say, oh, no, I claim it already. Yes, you can claim it. However, if you get audited by the state or IRS, they will not accept that. So you'd rather do the right thing and then make sure that we are claiming all the expenses, such as your, again, gas, phone, car wash, and so on and so forth. If you're doing actual, and if you're not doing actual, you can take everything else. One other one that a lot of people forget. Remember, a lot of you took SBA loan during pandemic. You're forgetting to take the interest expense from the SBA loan. Make sure you are taking that interest expense as an expense that you are paying for the SBA loan, which is substantial for a lot of you. If you have any questions, you can always give us a call. Number is 646-295-3811, Dynamic Tax. Thank you.